Mrs Britton. I'm one of 2 head teachers in school. At Morley Victoria we absolutely love reading. It's part of absolutely everything that we do, so we try and promote reading at every opportunity. So today I thought I might read you a little story. It was one of my girls' favourites when they were little, and it's called Alfie's Feet by Shirley Hughes.
This little pig went to market. This little pig stayed at home. This little pig had roast beef. This little pig had none. And this little pig cried, wee, 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 I can't find my way home. Alfie had a little sister called Annie Rose. Alfie's feet were quite big. Annie Rose's feet were rather small. They were all soft and pink underneath. Alfie knew a game he could play with Annie Rose, counting her toes. Annie Rose had lots of different ways of getting about. She went forwards crawling and backwards on her behind, and she liked to slide about very fast on her potty, skidding around and around on the floor and in and out of the table legs. Annie Rose had some new red shoes. She could walk in them a bit if she was pushing her little cart or holding someone's hand. When they went out, Annie Rose wore her red shoes and Alfie wore his old brown ones. Mum usually helped him to put them on because he wasn't very good at doing up the laces yet. Here's Mum, look, she's helping. Can you do your shoelaces? I wonder. Here's Alfie, look, going through puddles. Annie Rose is feeding the ducks. If it had been raining, Alfie liked to go stamping about in mud and walking through puddles. Splish, splash, splosh. Then his shoes got rather wet. So did his socks, and so did his feet. And they're sat by the fire, look, all cosy, drying their feet. You see the cat asleep on the chair. So one Saturday morning, Alfie and Mum went to a big shop in the high street. Can you see Alfie? Here he is, look. He's still got his elephant under his arm, look. They bought a pair of shiny new yellow boots for Alfie to wear when he went stamping about in mud and walking through puddles. Alfie was very pleased. He carried them home himself in a cardboard box. When they got in, Alfie sat down at once and unwrapped his new boots. He put them on all by himself and walked about in them. Stamp, stamp, stamp. He went into the kitchen to show Mum and Dad and Annie Rose, stamping his feet all the way. Stamp, stamp, stamp. The boots were very smart and shiny, but they felt funny. Oh, I wonder what he could have done wrong. Alfie wanted to go out again right away, so he put on his Mac and Dad took his book and his newspaper and they went off to the park. Annie Rose is having her picnic here, look. Alfie stamped in a lot of mud and walked through a lot of puddles. Splish, splash, splosh. He frightened some sparrows who were having a bath. He even frightened 2 big ducks. They went hurrying back to their pond, walking with their feet turned in. Alfie looked down at his feet. They still felt funny. They kept turning outwards. Dad was sitting on a bench. They both looked at Alfie's feet. Can you remember what's wrong? Have you figured it out? Suddenly, Alfie knew what was wrong. Dad lifted Alfie onto the bench beside him and helped him to take off each boot and put it on the other foot. And when Alfie stood down again, his feet didn't feel a bit funny anymore. Did you figure it out? After tea, Mum painted a big black R onto one of Alfie's boots and a big black L on the other to help Alfie remember which boot was which. The R was for the right foot and the L was for the left foot. The black paint wore off in the end and the boots stopped being new and shiny, but Alfie usually did remember to get them on the proper way round after that. They felt much better when he went stamping about in mud and walking through puddles. And of course, Annie Rose made such a fuss about Alfie having new boots that she had to have a pair of her own to go stamping about in too. Splish, splash, splash.
I hope you can see why I like this book so much. There's loads in this series. If you go onto Amazon or Google them, there's many. So I hope you enjoyed my story, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.